Hey everybody, thanks for listening to The Fate of Isen. This is Book 2, Chapter Earth, Episode 28, Big Shiny Ball. This episode was live streamed on our Twitch channel on Wednesday the 10th of October 2023. If you want to watch our adventures live and take part in the chat while you're at it, make sure you're following us over on twitch.tv/fateofisen so you don't miss out. And if you need to get new dice, face it, of course you do, make sure you head on over to our partners, fanrolldice.com, and use the promo code FATEOFISEN. That is fanrolldice.com, and the promo code again is FATEOFISEN to get 10% off. 10% off your entire order. And here's the recap. In the last episode, our players escaped their biggest foe yet, a cellar and handcuffs, and a floor that they managed to make difficult terrain themselves. And they got up off that floor, exited out of a cellar, and discovered a whole lot of things as Dexter had a conversation with his nemesis, Mr. Kane. What will that conversation reveal today as Dexter starts his investigation for what makes the monastery so special? Yay! I did it! Hello, and welcome, kia ora, and welcome to Fate of Isen, Book 2, Puka Pukarua. We are a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition podcast made by a bunch of Kiwi comedians from Whanganui, Atara, Aotearoa. We korero paki, we tell a whole lot of jokes, and we have a lot of fun along the way. Yes, there is a baby. People are freaking out right now. That's a baby! That's a baby! They're all like pointing at it, screaming.
Guys, this is the new Finn. He's changed.
Sorry, Finn's visiting.
He's Benjamin Button back.
He's done a cleanse.
Oh dear. So yes, we are missing a certain person. Let's deal with that straight away, because thank you for joining us today. If it's your first time visiting Isen, then you have no idea who's missing. Welcome.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. But for all of our Faties who are coming home, welcome back. It's great to see you again. And yes, our beloved Finn playing Hamlet. Brock Flower is not here today. He is playing in a Fringe Festival show over in Melbourne, and we wish him very well right now. I'm sure he feels like he's missing out right now. Just aggressively like, So, let's head back into our adventure, where one of our heroes, our very own Dexter Clementine, has just had a few brainwaves as he's back at home in the monastery, the Trabadoras del Suelo? I did it! Suelo Monastery.
Trabadoras del Suelo.
Ezekiel is going to be so mad at me.
The path of the righteous man.
But we are back in his, in his former home, and he's just had a little bit of a brainwave about where the thing is that they may be here to find. You remember Nurse Nahi from Lakeside Hospital sent them here on a mission to recover the Earthstone that was given to Abbot Peak to study, to fix, to find out more about. And this is
It's too much.
Sorry.
I'm going back to the darkness.
So many brainwaves.
Dexter right now be like,
Oh god.
Well, he is standing in front of a rather beautiful stained glass window, in
There
front
we
of a
go.
weird stone table with no knee holes, if we remember.
yeah, guys, it was just the window.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm
And so
blind now.
that's where we find our party. Now, Dexter has negotiated that he agrees to find out for our bad guy, leader. Yeah. Yep, that guy. Mr. Kane. I didn't forget my own bad guy's name.
Surely not.
It's because I didn't make it. Severin wrote his own backstory, and I respect that.
Yes. That is where Trabajadores de Suelo comes from.
Yes. So yeah, Mr. Kane and the Crimson Line. So you have promised to sort out why particularly this monastery continues to grow so well when everything around it is dying, so that he can use it to basically make money. Find out thing, sell thing, money.
Profit.
Yeah, profit. That's the word I was looking for. Look, I basically have COVID, okay? I don't actually have it, but I've got
COVID
the next
light.
Kind of have it.
Like diet.
I have
feeling
diet
the fog
COVID.
brain.
My fog brain is
Light.
so real right now, guys. I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay,
Yeah,
but
why are you
it's gonna
doing
be
the recap?
it's gonna
This
be
is going to
great.
be a fun session.
This is gonna be wild, man.
Yeah, so
Where do we find ourselves, Jules?
yeah, so you're still standing in the main room. This particular main room, our audience would be familiar with this being like a church, temple of some kind, but our players in our world of Isen would not know the words. They do not understand the concept of religion has been taken from the world. They do not even know it is missing. So where they stand is just this long room with these beautiful stained glass windows behind them, some kind of a stone table with no knee holes, and a whole lot of pew seats facing forward. It's just the lecture room. That's what they call it because they got lectures here on how to maintain plants. So that's where you find yourself currently, with a whole lot of monastery at your disposal to explore. You have been told that you will be followed by a couple of the Crimson Line douchebags at all times. So, take it away.
I wake up. What happened?
Well, good morning, Bardley. Glad you could join us.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't know what time you called us, but...
Hey, listen. I'm a bit different, okay? I went to sleep at 2 a.m. I'll wake up at 3 p.m. and that's just who I am. Give me some breakfast.
Oh, right away. Granny pulls out a frying pan and looks for a source of fire.
Well, there isn't one in this room, but presumably there is a kitchen somewhere in this place.
Alright, well, let's start this with a hearty meal. And then little Dexter dear can tell us what's happened when he was taken away and suddenly is not imprisoned, and we were imprisoned for this time, and perhaps
Now we're just
this
followed.
is a bit suspicious that he is not. But that's okay. We can discuss this over eggs.
Oh,
And
yum,
then you
eggs.
Yeah.
So, Gran, there's a door that heads out of this space to the side. It's on where you guys are standing at that end. It would be on the Weet-Bix wall. The west wall, not the Weet-Bix wall.
Yes, the weed mix wall.
Static
Weet-Bix wall.
Whoa.
About halfway down the Weet-Bix wall.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, we all go through into the kitchen.
Yeah, so, you head through
I
this room.
pull off a wheat mix.
Yeah, so I figure Granny just purposefully walks out of this room, and then Dexter, you're gonna have to kind of take over because you remember where the kitchen is. So you can walk right there. This place is kind of sprawling, and it's used to feeding and housing a lot of people. So everything kind of works in bulk. So as you walk through this initial room that builds off this long lecture room, there is a room full of old books, display cases with things that you could call artifacts, old bits and pieces that they've locked behind a cabinet that they don't want people touching regularly. So that's kind of what's in this room. You go back into the next room, and that's that room that you came out of, the trapdoor of. The one with the tree in the middle and the lovely benches and things around it. Big, wide, open space where people usually would be studying and reading and chilling out. But there's only a few guards here, and one of them with one of those black scaled winged small creatures at its feet here. And they just kind of watch you as you walk past. There are plenty of doors off this space. As you come out of that door, on the, again, Weet-Bix wall, but further down towards the corner, is a wee door that Dexter is heading straight for. And that leads into a big galley kitchen, like the sort of thing that like 10 people could work in to make like enough food to feed 100.
Or 2
So we'll
growing
be
boys.
fine then.
Yeah.
Maybe, Maybe enough for
Easy.
us, I guess.
Easy. Big old kitchen island space in the middle and a huge fireplace with, various plates and stuff on it. Granny,
Very
probably.
excited.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is probably more kitchen, bakery, whatever, than you've seen in a while,
Awesome.
Nope. Sourdough away.
Yes, I start the sourdough and I try and make scrambled eggs first.
Nice.
And
I gather up
enough
plates
about
and cutlery.
me. What about this plot that we're trying to?
Oh no.
That's awkward. Severin just passed out. Sorry, Dexter.
I guess he was just really
Dexter's
hungry.
got what I had
Yes,
yesterday.
so hungry.
there he-
Yeah, Barney. So how's it going? How was your nap? In the dungeon where I was fighting people and you were just sitting there.
It was weird. I feel a bit groggy. I feel a bit delayed.
But
I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back now. Just like Dexter. Pass out there for a second there, buddy. You okay?
It's just a lot. It's a lot for Dexter. Like, he really stood up
memories.
for himself in that room against Mr. Kane. He got some sass on, so
Right.
it's probably...
yeah, and he's
very overwhelming.
it's always a lot to like when all the memories come crashing down on you when you walk to a place that you spent a lot of your life in, but you're a different person now, and this is how we deal with feelings. We stop talking and never ever open our mouths again
And
unless
you make a
it is
song.
for a lot of food.
You make
Yes!
a song or a
You
poem.
do.
Do you wanna
Yes.
do you wanna sit in the corner and do some writing while we make breakfast?
Yes, I think he said this. He's very.
You can borrow my
weak.
instrument if you want.
Aw.
I don't know if you know how to play, but
Amazing. Also, sourdough rises
No.
better if you look at it. So
Oh, you can
here's
just drum.
some
you just need the
bomb.
drums.
Okay.
Yeah, Nick's just gonna sit like cross-legged in the corner and like drum on a pop. Just...
Yeah, it's just like calming meditation.
Slash beat poetry.
Wait.
Yeah. All right. So yeah,
The
you
monastery.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't like it used to be.
You quickly
Yes.
whip up some breakfast and play some calming, soothing meditation music in the corner of this monastery kitchen. There is a few of the guards that wander in and sort of check on what's going on just to see, because, a little suspicious in the corner there. But they see what you're up to and then they leave you to it.
Do they have the scaly thing with them? Because I would like to befriend it if that's possible.
These guys don't. It was out in the larger space.
Can I do like? I don't know. If in Poland, when you want a squirrel to come to you, you say basha 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 basha. So I say that. through the door.
Wait.
Okay,
wait.
we've heard of the
Sorry,
cat.
wait.
But
Sorry,
I've not heard the
If
button.
you want a squirrel to come up to you, what?
Why wouldn't you want a squirrel to come up to you? Does it sound like you don't want a squirrel to?
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
The only close equivalents we have here are like ferrets or stoats or rats, and I don't think I would want any of those to come up to me.
They
No.
can all
Look,
absolutely do
squirrels are
one.
very cute. And you do want them to come up to you. In fact, I have fed one from my hand.
Don't they have
It's cute.
diseases?
Squirrels?
I don't think
Yeah.
they're quite
They do, I want
possum-y. Yeah,
I like hedgehogs, but they're you shouldn't hold one.
What?
Burbs.
Kevin, do you
Not without
have
gloves.
a hedgehog in your arms?
Okay. I love this chat, but we do actually have things to achieve today. So
I thought we were stalling because one of us is unconscious, but okay.
He's back now. He's awake. He's up.
So
Or do you mean Hamlet?
you poke your head out the door and go budger at the black scaly winged thing, and it just goes at you.
Rude.
It's not friendly.
Right. So, stealthily to the unconscious or zoned out Dexter.
He just zoned out drumming.
What are we doing here?
Oh yeah.
I take over cooking the eggs.
Okay, we gather around the eggs, like
Okay.
group huddle. We're doing a sidebar. Yes.
When
hello.
we left Dexter in the last episode, he had a moment where he just spouted out, I think I know where the stone is. What is Dexter thinking about when he's,
I mean,
Drum.
from memory, Mr. Kane did say that there was some kind of weird artifact thing in a room, like right at the top of the monastery. So I think he's kind of tried to put one and one together. Two and two together?
Uh-huh.
Numbers. To think that might be the same thing that we're looking for up there. But he thinks that Mr. Kane just doesn't know what it is and just described it as something random.
Yeah, okay.
So now he's going to try to slip away from these guards that are always watching him and then find some way, presumably past a locked door, to find this thing and then some way to smuggle it out.
So I assume you articulate that to us pretty much.
In less roundabout ways, yes.
Yeah, you
There's,
do...
like,
You
The thing, up in the thing.
No, you're right. You do know that all of the rooms are upstairs in the monastery, including like your old bedroom and including the room with Abbot Peak's old stuff that you obviously never went into before. But being that he has passed away now, could be a space as well to explore.
Yes, so he's kind of also going to explain. I mean, I made the case to Mr. Kane that I need the rest of you to help me find this thing that he wants, and so that's why you guys got freed. But we're not going to help him. That was me doing a little sneaky trick.
Ooh. One question. How big is the stone? I mean, the item.
The thing. I've always imagined it fairly large, like a large loaf of
Imagine.
bread, but did Nurse Nahi tell us this?
Well, you do know she said it lived on a podium.
Podium-sized.
Yeah, so something as small as or large as a podium, whatever that means.
I'm getting Temple of Doom vibes.
Yes.
We could just break down a wall with it.
Do we need to get something of equivalent size and weight to swap it out with?
I mean,
Yeah, I'm
Um,
looking for a copper pot.
In way of helping us sneak away from these guards, I can attempt to charm.
Mhm.
If we want. But I can probably only do one at a time. But maybe if we charm one, then the other
But
will
can we
also...
look first and then
well,
charm
there's
when we actually...
2 doors out of this kitchen. The one door obviously takes you back to where you were, that big tree space with the big old space for lounging and stuff. The other door, Dexter would know, takes you into more of a group dining room, which has entry off the main foyer, which presumably you came through, but you came through unconscious, so you have not seen that. Either of those spaces.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Dexter's going to kind of describe, look, at the moment, the guards watching us are fine because we're looking for the thing for Mr. Kane. They're going to not give us any kind of trouble. As soon as we find the thing, that's when there might be trouble. So I'd recommend getting things prepared for when that goes down. But at the moment, we chillin'. And we're just going to have a look around, see what we can find. I might have a look in Abbot Peak's old room. That might be a good place to start. He obviously knew kind of what was happening around here. And
So we don't want to dress up
We'll be
as monks and sneak away?
Look, you can dress up as a monk if you want. I mean, it's very comfortable.
I mean, because
Monk's cloth is very soft.
the only monk currently here is Dexter. So
Okay.
We might stand out more than anything.
Yeah. It's like the Family Guy joke of like, oh no, they'll be looking for soldiers, like dressed like a clown.
Okay. All right, dear. How about we snoop around a little then? Where would
Okay.
we snoop?
I eat my breakfast because I'm a grown a grown boy. I need my breakfast.
Okay. And then after you're finished, Dexter's
Oh,
going
you
to
can
start
take
walking
them with
towards
you.
where he remembers Abbot Pigstone to be.
Okay.
Okay.
Go there.
all right,
Scarf it
so
down.
yeah, you walk through the dining room where you see more of these guards kind of chilling out and sitting down, taking a food break, all of that kind of stuff on these big long tables with these big long benches. And there is the door opposite, big double doors leading to the foyer space. Or foyer.
Got an idea of a slightly chaotic move, and I don't know what it's going to result in.
Okay.
I just heard
Following you
Jules
because
sigh.
you know where we're going.
As we walk through this big dining room area, can I just say, not to the guards, like not paying them any attention, but say to my two party members, like, and yeah, I don't know, knowing Mr. Kane, as soon as he gets this object, I don't think he's going to share any of the riches with anyone else. He's always been really selfish, like nobody that he works for, like he was always screwing me over. So, yeah, I don't know why anybody would want to, and they just
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to do a performance or a persuasion or a deception? I would take
Ooh.
either of
Help.
those.
I feel like I'm not lying, but
Yeah, well, but I mean, yeah.
I would like a deception check to
Yeah. To like
try
really
to-
amplify it, you know? I mean, technically you're not really lying, but also you never really were that high up the pecking order, so...
It's a big 7.
Okay, I did hear a can I help, so who's helping and how are you helping?
I would like to help and by bringing up a very well-known tale of the 17 bears in a wyvern in a cave where the wyvern never just used the bears to help take over the land of green grass and never shared any of the green grass with the bears once they had it, and even burned down the grass. So that is sort of the person Mr. Kane is, and I'm hoping that will evoke memories of a bedtime story
This is
that
a
these guys.
very slow
heard.
walk across this dining room hall,
No,
but yes,
I was imagining we were weaving like through the tables.
I like
Going around.
the kitchen door comes out and the big double doors are like straight opposite, but you go down through the tables and then back up as you're having this conversation.
Can I just at the end I go, oh, wow, Granny, you're so wise for telling that tale. I've learnt so much from the things that you say, and we're
But
so
you've heard this tale
fortunate.
before.
I've heard it before,
because
it's a known one, and I'm glad that you're bringing it up now because it's so insightful what you're saying,
Yeah.
Granny.
Yeah, because
Yes.
he's such a wyvern, like.
Because you're
like,
such a wise, and it really relates to the situation.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So with a help action for those who play D&D at home, because
Is this deception? Persuasion?
no, the original roller gets advantage. You basically help them out.
Sorry.
It's bumped up to a big 11.
Nice. Okay. So you're not sure. You see a
Help,
few,
help.
you see a few faces kind of paying attention to the story, and some faces clearly not. We'll have to see what happens with that later.
This is the long game. We're sowing
Yeah.
the seeds.
Yeah.
Intended.
And so you walk through into the foyer. Instantly, you are entranced with the fountain that stands proudly in the entrance of the foyer. The water droplets spray a light mist onto surrounding ferns and flower, and the entire scene seems magical as it shimmers in the light of the domed glass ceiling. The aura surrounds two gloriously joyful figures dancing entwined in each other's arms. Their very essence is portrayed so well, it seems they might just twirl off the base towards you, tossing hair and laughing together. One has the appearance of an emerald-skinned elven woman with long green hair and green eyes. She wears no clothing, but her body is shrouded in a cluster of vines bursting with brightly colored flowers. The other is strangely portrayed as seemingly a ball of light, as a crystal ball reflects so much light that it's hard to look at. But you're also unable to look away as you see the face of this creature is 6 heads somehow blended together. So there are 6 laughing faces all looking outwards. And as you go around this shape, you see a human female, an elven male, a dwarven female, a gnome male, an orc female, and a seemingly genderless goblin. So that's kind of the faces that you see around the top of this crystal ball of light, and it's just gorgeous, breathtaking in this space, very at odds. You know, Dexter, how like you've seen this before, right? Like, so you're just passing on by like you've seen it a million times, or are you? Yeah.
No, I think because it's been a while, the kind of effect that it would have has kind of worn off from a bit. Like when you go to a part of the city that you haven't seen for a while, and it seems like a little bit new, a little bit fresh. So yeah, he's going to kind of like put his hands behind his back, just kind of like walk very leisurely, kind of staring at this absolute great sculpture.
Absolutely.
Can I touch the ball?
Yeah.
Of light? I want to touch it and see if it's loose at all.
Okay.
Don't steal from the dang monastery!
I just want to touch it. I just want to touch it.
I would like to swap your hand away because it feels bad. It's bad.
It's quite a large ball, so it's kind of, it's displayed sort of like the same kind of size as would be like a fully formed like elven humanoid figure, So it's a fairly sizable ball. But yeah, it feels like it's sort of hanging sort of attached to the elven woman, sort of. You're not actually sure how it all works and how it stays,
Right. And what does it feel like?
It feels smooth and somehow warm.
I tap on it. I don't know.
Yeah. And there's like a ringing kind of noise that sounds quite like, but it's like sort of a warm, full sound. It's really pleasant to hear it.
Oh, I want to open it. I want to go inside. I don't know. That's what's calling to me right now. What do you guys think?
I'll say Dex is gonna go up to it, place kind of 2 hands, and then just press his forehead against it, and then keep going.
Yeah.
Slay.
So against the ball or against the fountain? Against
the ball, Jules.
The elven,
Ball is life.
The bosoms of the naked lady.
Or I was going to say, or the elven woman with no clothes.
Just lays down.
Dex is going to be classy. He's not going to be like, nice.
Right, presumably she's a hallowed figure in this.
Yeah. It would be
but
sacrilege, except I don't know what that word is in this
Yeah.
game.
You shouldn't be touching anything you see. You don't know.
I don't know. I didn't
that.
grow up here.
So, everybody, you're like, it's weird, right? Like, your brains just, like, tingle a little bit. Just, like, as you're looking at it, it's like this beautiful sense of connection, and you see beauty, and you're like, like there's that sort of feeling that you definitely get hit with. But it's almost like there's something else in your brain where your brain is like, hello, trying to get your attention, but it's very, very faint. So roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
23.
Oh no.
Okay.
That's good.
A 23, okay.
I got a big 7.
All right.
Plus 7.
3, okay.
Badly his -1 wisdom.
That probably makes sense because you're very focused on trying to find a way inside the ball, and you really can't find one. So it's doing your brain in. You're like, it's a big ball.
I know I need to get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you're just
See,
completely focused.
I'm not
on that.
wise, but I have good intuition.
Yeah.
But I can't figure it out.
And Dexter, you've seen it a few times before, so that tickle's probably happened to you numerous times before, and you're like, yeah, what? Like, it's a statue.
The brain
it's
tickle.
nice, you know?
We've all had the brain tickle.
Yeah. Granny, this seems so familiar. Like, you're supposed to know who these figures are, but you don't. But you are like, but I feel like I should know who they are. Like, they seem quite important, like a really big deal, and I definitely... It's like, is it the neighbor? No, of course it's not the neighbor. The neighbor doesn't look like a ball of white light with like 6 faces. But, you know, it's like you're very, very aware you are missing a piece of information. You know, it's like that missing bit has been highlighted.
Yeah, it's like that actor that played that character that had the pot of... Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. And for some reason, you feel the need to point at this ball of light and these 6 faces, and you say, "This is us." You don't know why. Like, but you're like, "This is us."
Is it?
Oh my god, that is so me.
I tag yourself. I'm the white ball.
One of the faces is Ryan Gosling. That's literally me.
I'm such a ball of light myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm somewhat
And then
polite.
that moment just dissipates, and it's back to just being a really beautiful statue.
Maybe I will touch it.
Now, what happens to the people that fail?
Yeah, nothing. You just,
I know what you touched.
you just,
Okay.
you know, that feeling just, nah, nothing. What was I doing again? You know, like, so
Why did I walk
Bardley,
through the store?
yeah, Bardley just goes straight back to finding a hole in the ball. Nah, can't find one. So what else? What's happening next? You know, and the same with Dexter. It's like, yeah, I've passed this thing 1,000,000 times. Where are we going now? You know, and you see the staircase behind this thing. It's only Granny that is like torn with like the sense of something.
Well, that's
It's quite
Granny,
pleasant.
do you say that
or
out
is it more
loud?
like worrying?
Do you say "this is us" out loud, or do you just point at the ball?
I would say I say it, maybe? Is that... Yeah.
It's up to you.
Yeah, does it suit what
Yeah,
Granny
well,
would do?
I'm a muttering old lady, and I will say what I mean. all
I
the
can't
time.
find a hole. How opposed would we be to breaking it?
Very.
Very much, yes.
I cannot tell you how opposed I am to that.
I would
idea.
Damn.
like to roll for how quickly I take off my shoe.
How else do we get in?
I would take a acrobatics check for that.
Okay, what is that? I'm terrible at it though. 10.
Can I count it? Can I dexterity my way out of the way?
Yes. Dexterity save against a 10. As long as you get higher than a 10, you'll
I
be
got
fine.
23.
Yeah, there you go. You see it coming.
I'm
you
very
see the shoe
dexterous.
coming, and you get out of the way. Yeah.
So it's blocked by the ball of light, the staircase.
No.
Sorry.
So this is just a fountain in the middle of the foyer. It just sort
So
of
why?
took your attention for a moment, but then the staircase is just behind it.
I would like to push Bardley to keep walking.
Up the staircase.
Yeah. Mhm. Oh no, I'll take him by the
The scruff.
back of the scruff. See, I'll take you by the thing that's on the back of me, and take him
By the scruff of my neck.
with me. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you make your way up the staircase, and at the top of the stairs, so like there's those beautiful doubles, staircases, the ones that people can walk down dramatically and meet in the middle, So both sets of the stairs come up and loop around, and they meet up with the top floor of the corridor up here, and that leads on to the rest of the monastery, which has all these different rooms coming off it. The rooms are pretty simple, only slightly adorned, keeping everything pretty basic here. But they all have like a chest and shelves and a desk and a bed and, a rug on the floor. And some of the rooms have a little bit more personal possessions than others. That's the kind of space you're looking at.
Are we gonna see Dexter's childhood bedroom?
I mean, we can.
I have
like
a feeling it's going to be quite bare.
Yeah.
It may have just been a shed for a good couple of years.
Oh. Well, maybe on the way back then.
Like halfway down the corridor is a larger set of rooms, which is where Abbot Peak used to stay. His name's got several E's in it, okay? So it's Peak.
We peek in at Abbot Peak's room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait, is it an escape room?
Should we check the traps?
Where are we going? Lead the way, Dexter. Take us.
Dexter's gonna very gently open one of the doors, very respectful of the space.
Yeah, and you open up this door and you don't see any traps falling down on you. Did anybody do any checks? I mean, I could have sprung so many traps, but no.
I would like to investigate how clean it is.
Yeah, it's a simple room with a single bed, a desk, a bookshelf, a dresser. There's a basin on top of the dresser, and there are many, many pot plants all over this space. His shelves are mostly full of books, it looks like. Yeah, that's what you see from the doorway.
How the pot
Has anyone
plants
been
looking?
taking care of the plants? Are they alive?
Nah,
Priorities.
Yeah, they're not looking that great. They're varying forms of hardy ferns and bits and pieces, but there are some plants which obviously were more delicate persuasion, which have long perished.
I
Is
would
it
like
worth-
to
Oh, there you go.
investigate the pots and see if anyone's looks like it's been moved recently.
Okay,
Or
cool.
more often.
What would you
That's
want
okay.
to do, Barney?
An Arcana check.
Cool. Yes. Roll it up. And Dexter, what are you doing in this space?
I'm gonna kind of have a look around the bookshelves, maybe the dresser, see if there are any bits of paper
Yeah.
or
Okay.
any clues that he may have left behind.
Yeah. Roll me
Crafty
a
old man. He might have.
roll me a perception check. Okay, our investigation on our plants. How did that go? What was our result?
17.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, so these plants honestly have not been cared for to the point where it just looks like somebody shut the door and left them. Some of the various plants he'd set up kind of auto-watering bottles, which must have lasted for a while, but, even they're struggling now. It's only been probably a few weeks. Not even that. It's
Can I
taken
make
its
them blossom just with my druid craft?
Yeah, you can bring one of the flowers that needs constant love and attention, really needy plant,
That's a mood.
Yeah, you can bring one of those sort of blossoming back. Because your druid craft kind of happens automatically.
It
so
looks very sad to me, so
yeah.
quite moving.
Yeah, but they honestly haven't been moved, and nothing seems to be hidden in the dirt or underneath the plants or any of that kind of stuff. Looks like he treats his plants as not a hiding place, as his children more likely.
Is there an artificial poo on the ground?
You step on a whoopee cushion.
Okay.
Bardley, how did
There
our
were
Arcana go?
14.
There's definitely a residue of Arcana here. Similar, actually, energies to what Granny is putting down in the corner right now. You feel like someone was here who was quite naturally in tune with the plants and that kind of stuff. But It's again an energy which has not been in here for a while, so it's just residue left. Yeah.
No, like, specific objects.
No, not really. No. Just mainly around his beloved pot plants and a little bit around the basin on the top of the table.
Like, on top of the basin?
Or like sort of, yeah, like, you know, I imagine like arcane residue is like dust that's left behind, like sort of in my brain that's kind of, you're just seeing like wisps of like dust left, and that is sort of in the basin, which is dry right now. But yeah.
Curious.
And Dexter, how did that investigation go?
So I rolled a 2, and then I used my inspiration from getting in at 20 a couple of sessions back, and then I rolled an 8, so that is 12.
Okay. All right. Yep. So you see a lot of books, a lot of paper. His notes and his books are mostly full of plants encyclopedias of many kinds. Some detailing the healing properties of plants, some detailing care of plants, some talking about sustainable farming, you know, all of that kind of stuff. But there is one book that even with that roll grabs your attention. It's just plain brown with no title on the spine.
Even with that roll. Despite not being able to roll above a 10, I see the book. Can I grab the book, please?
Okay, yeah.
Hopefully it's a hidden lever to a secret... Nah, it's just regular.
Yeah, you open it up and you're like, lever? No. But you do recognize the writing that it contains. It looks very familiar to Dexter. And as Abbot Peak's voice sort of curls inside your head as you read the following words.
Dear Diary, I wonder if Jeremy likes me.
Classic monk stuff.
The page you just randomly flip to, because that's how these things work, right? In D&D. It just
we're gonna
says,
spend this whole time reading it.
Yeah. It says, having studied the stone, it seems to react when touched to the earth and surrounded by nature. So I placed it in the most filled with life place I could. The nature reacts to its presence. It grows more luscious and more vibrant. Everything here grows so fiercely and fast, as if it rewards us for our efforts and toil. I feel there is more to unlock, more to understand, and I wish I had more time to study it. However, my last visit to the hospital revealed there is only a year or 2 left in me now. The treatments aren't really working anymore. Perhaps if I can just figure out its mystery, if I can unlock its magic, maybe it could save me too.
The most natural? What? Would Dexter have any idea where that is?
At the sake of suffering from a Severin roll, let's roll. See history.
Okay. History. I'm gonna get
Unless you can give me another, like, you know, thing that makes sense.
Oh. Performance to pretend like I know it. Because history.
By the way, on your hip, sorry, your sword just goes, warning, things that got emotional. and like because you're just reading, you know, and so it announces, warning, things got emotional.
And again, only Dexter hears this.
Yeah. Granny and I share a look of concern.
Okay, let me hit you with this, Jules.
Uh-huh.
We're finding the Earthstone which reacts to plants, so I'm looking for a place that has a lot of plants. Would you take a survival check?
Yes, I would. That makes sense.
Yeah, boy. That is an incredible, the most out of this world, 6 in total. When you want to progress the plot, but people roll like trash.
Well,
get nothing.
Surely we could all do a survival check to think about where the nature would be. Wasn't there? Wait,
presumably.
Am I wrong?
I think Dexter.
Oh, you just figure it out.
To tell Dexter his result, I think Dexter, you go. There's a lot of plants outside.
So, it's probably outside somewhere, but that doesn't narrow it down. There's a lot of outside.
Yeah.
There are
Is
plants
there
that are doing well
garden?
here, though, right?
Yes.
So shouldn't we just go try and find the most luscious plants here?
Well, so the monastery is completely surrounded by like really well-performing sustainable farming and all sorts of
Right.
different groupings. So you've got orchards, and then you've got your spuds and carrots, and then you've got the tall maize that you tried to burn down, and all of that kind of tall plant type stuff. And then you've got like your melons and your pumpkins and all that kind of, so all these different like plots of land, all in these different farming.
Hypothetically, would
But
it not
you-
be in the center?
But you do also know that plants are growing very well somewhere else. But you can roll me a history check to remember the thing that you saw when you first sought your eyes on the monastery, or
Okay. Wait, did you say history?
yeah,
Oh, flip.
or potentially a perception check to,
Do you know what?
I don't know, look around.
Yeah, okay. I just rolled, but I also have an inspiration left, so I'm going to
Sure.
use that to go again.
I love it.
What did you say? Perception was the other.
It's the time.
Oh no, I'll go history again. Yeah, now is the time. I rolled a 1, so we'll ignore that one.
Hey.
15.
Okay, a 15 history, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you remember when you first walked up to this monastery, being that you've never seen this place before, it would be quite strange to you, so it probably makes sense it sticks in your brain. There was that massive area of just glass that was just like a glass box on the outside of the building that
Like a
was
greenhouse.
completely suffocated in vines and plant growth. And you guys remember noting at the time, like it was just like crawling with it, like no light could have possibly got in there.
Hey team, what if we went to the green glass house that was completely enshrouded in vines?
Good a guess as any, I suppose.
That is a lot of plants. That's kind of where he would put.
Yeah, very green. Can Granny feel any call of nature?
The pull of nature.
Does
It's
Granny
a
need
vine.
to have a toilet? Stop!
Does Granny need to go clean the shit house? No, Granny. I meant it in the like imperial, sorry, Clint the that thing. Like that. So that's nature call Granny.
Lent the vine house.
The vine house. Let's go to the greenhouse.
Yes, please.
Yes. Actually, yeah. How does Granny react to us going to like a very nature kind of based area?
Yeah, well, I mean, you normally would be able to access it from that main big space where the tree is in, the one where you came up the trapdoor. There's like a wee little area there that has a door, and it's got like a little mosaic, beautiful space. If you're in Wellington or Whanganui-a-Tara, think the Rosewood Gardens Botanical Begonia House, like that kind of a little tiled space with like raised beds with like hanging things. It's quite a nice little mini space. And then there's a big door, and it opens up onto a much bigger, wider, massive glass house with like tropical like plants and flowers and stuff inside. So usually like you would go that way. Yeah.
Okay. As we go, are there still guards watching us?
Yeah, all the time. So like they've been standing down the end of the corridor, and they just seem to be watching. And they note that you come out. Do you bring the book with you at all, or do you just leave everything there?
I bring the book, but I keep it concealed.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like they're just watching for anything you might have picked up, grabbed, or whatever.
You need me to
The
charm
potted
him?
plant with me, just because it's sad that it was so long.
Not yet. We're waiting to we've got the thing.
Yeah, so you head down towards where the glass house or greenhouse or crazy vine-filled house is, and the door stands before you.
As we walk past the guards, can I just set out I can't believe that one time Mr. Kane kicked a dog in the face.
No! No animal cruelty on the podcast!
I mean...
He's spreading discontent
I mean-
because obviously it's a
Yeah,
bad
because
thing.
Nobody should do that.
No one would do that, and how could you like anyone who
Yeah.
ever would?
Yeah,
I heard he set
exactly.
up dog fighting rings.
I mean,
Oh
he
no!
he kicked out at the dog. I don't.
I
know
heard
if
he
wanted-
murdered like 5 people.
Look,
That's fine.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But
See, it doesn't.
we take a very John Wick
No, no,
approach on the podcast. No dogs can be harmed.
look, because every time you guys talk about dogs, Marley comes back up again, okay?
Marley and me?
It's not our fault that Marley killed a bunch of dogs in the podcast.
I did not kill. Brad put a cliff there, and I forgot about the cliff. We've been over this.
That sounds like you cliffed the ship.
Oh,
Just the
my
cliff
goodness.
notes of Last Adventures.
Okay, so
I'm gonna
yeah,
open
sa-
the door.
yeah, you're standing in front of this door, and as you go to open the door, you hear from behind you, "It's locked. I don't know why you're bothering."
Oh.
Can I break this open?
Oh, that's very helpful. Can
Yeah.
I try the door and is it locked?
But yeah, so you go to try the door, and the book that you're carrying on you sort of seems to like glow and be warm in a way that feels familiar, and Granny would, if she was feeling it, instantly recognize it as to do with the fountain. But you like know, you know, you didn't really pick up on any of that, so it just feels all kind of warm and welcoming and all of that. And the door handle feels that same sort of like warm, welcoming feel, and they sort of connect, and it just click easily turns in your hand.
Well,
I'm
that's
gonna.
that.
Jason's gonna like try like. No, I guess it is locked, except for me. And I'm just gonna stare at the person that said it was locked.
Yeah, and they instantly turn at each other and they say, "Go get Mr. Kane."
Oh no! Don't do that.
Now,
Now,
I cast charm.
hit the thing. Do it.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going to end our episode, as we're like Dexter has one hand on this door peering into this incredibly dark space. The guards sort of freak out and are a little bit shocked that door actually opened, and go for Mr. Kane. And that's where we're going to leave our adventurers, our sidebars.
Yeah,
So
but another way of saying that is
that's the end of the episode. What will they
technical difficulties.
Yes, what will they find inside? What will
They find outside.
what will
What will
happen
we find
before
within
they get inside?
You just gotta stick around and find out.
yeah.
Or
you
will
do.
they just stand in the door and just not go either way?
And argue.
Definitely.
Yeah, and Dexter will just hold the door and be like, "Are you going in or out? Like,
I mean, it's possible.
That sounds fun.
what's your plan? What's your plan?"
Look,
So,
it's great
thank
that you
you.
keep arguing.
Thank you
That's right.
very
Finn
much
will be back next
for joining us today as we explored the monastery and ourselves and how far Jules can push her brain when it's dying.
Oh.
Apologies if this episode was a little rambly. I am very sick. Thank you so much for joining us though today. We really appreciate seeing you around. If you drop by the live stream chat, even if you drop by for 5 minutes, it was lovely to see you there. And for all of our overseas internationals who can't necessarily be here to see the live show chat, we love you. Come hang out in the Discord and we still get to chat and hang with you there. It's just as special. There are a bunch of amazing Fadies hanging out over in there, keeping the lights on in Isen HQ and making the Fate of Isen Discord a delightful home to be. So I would like to give them a massive big shout out right now. The list is Alec White Robinson, Irene Cucci, Laura Christine Goodwin, Sam Malcolm, Kai Drum Faust, Kai Dear Love, Victoria and Gavin Porter, Daniel Nichols, Violet, Squish the Guy Who Doesn't Talk in an Audio-Only Podcast, Alexandra Lekites, Andrew Evans, KS the Fox, Dakota Shemansky, Sean's Uncle Fingers McGee, Jared from the Indie Film Review Podcast, Ezekiel Tabarelli, Taraborelli. Did I do it right yet, Ezekiel? The Gamatron, Christian H, Samsara, Disturbed One NZ, Lyndon Hood, hashtag Paul Smells. That one's for my partner. Erica James, Steffi James is awesome. Penny D from the Terrible Adventures of Janice, the Reference Company Podcast, Aaron Gilgren, Robin McLean, Moji, Torgy Barkhide, Danielle, the Tea Lady of the Tea, Liquor Witch, and Liz from Movie Reviews in 20 Qs. You may have noticed a few name changes. It's because Jules got herself back into the Patreon, remembered the password, and found all of your new names. Yay! And now we say, e noho rā, ka kite ano, and aloha nui. Goodbye. We'll see you again soon, and we love you loads. Mwah. Bye.
Call your parents.
Wowee, boy howdy, what a exciting episode and funny one that was. We've got a big mysterious glass greenhouse with whatever's going on inside there, all the plants and vines. We went and we found a book that opened a door. We found a big luminous sphere. You know, Suzanne Paul would be proud of us. Well, whatever the case, that's it for this episode. Hey, don't forget to review us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening to this, or just share it with a friend. You can also follow us on social media. Those are all at Fate of Isen, or become a Patreon at patreon.com/Fate of Isen, where for as little as $2 New Zealand dollars a month, you can support the show, join our exclusive Discord server, and get access to some of the sweet bonus content and rewards. Thanks so much for listening. Ka kite. See you later.